Godfather. G'day guys, here with Jacob Schepis,
Frankie Besser.
and today we're going to do a quick video on 5 things that first-time physique competitors should know. So Frankie's 1 week out from his first show, and he's been dieting for the past
13 weeks.
13 weeks, and you're down how many kilos, Frank?
11 or 10 and a half.
10 and a half kilos. So it's been a real eye-opener for Frank as an athlete, as a coach, and he's going to shed some insight as to what he thinks the 5 most important things are that first-time competitors should be aware of when they're getting into a contest prep. So what's the first thing, Frank?
One thing I've learned now is don't come into the prep expecting to hit a certain weight on the scales for a while. Because my desired weight was 70 odd kilos. That's what I love to be, ripped, but it turns out I'm now 65.8. And if I let that get to my head, things are telling me I'm skinny, I've got no muscle, I've got no this, I've got no that. So forget the scales, use it as a measurement to measure your progress, but that's about it. You've got
to use the mirror and see how you're looking at your progress pictures. And I think that's really important, is that people underestimate how much weight and how much body fat that they actually carry. So that's a really good point for first-time competitors.
And you've got to remember too, a lot of it is water too, and it can drop quite quickly. You have a few big days, all of a sudden you're up 2-3 kilos. So I eliminated that sort of thought after about 6 weeks. I thought, forget it. Look in the mirror, see how I look, see how your posing looks.
More cuts.
Yeah. If you look at if your cuts are deeper, you're going to look better on stage. So that's where I was at.
Yeah. You get on stage and nobody looks at the number on the scale, do they?
That's right, exactly.
What was the second thing that you think competitors should know?
Be prepared for the negative stuff to creep in. A lot of the whole prep is mental. It's a mental game. You're going to have doubts, and you're going to think negative of yourself, because we always expect so much from ourselves. So, and when people start to mention that you lost weight through your face and you're looking skinny and things like that, people on the outside of the fitness game, for a moment when people say you look skinny, it's virtually like telling a female she looks, fat. You don't want to hear it, but they don't understand that when you're in the fitness industry, that's how it is. So the negative stuff will creep in. Listen to your coach, it's a big one. And listen to the close ones around you, understand what you're going through, and that'll keep you going.
I think that's really important, is only having a few opinions that you take into consideration during contest prep, as opposed to letting the opinions and thoughts of everybody that you speak to influence and guide what you're doing. You should really just focus on having 1 or 2 people who you trust, tell you what to do and how things are progressing. Really good point. Third thing, Chich, what is it?
The training aspect. So obviously when we've got a bit more body weight, we can carry a bit more weight, all the rest of it. Be prepared that the training heavy and training balls to the wall every session is not paramount anymore. It's you have to carefully manage your training through the 14 weeks. You'll find as your calories go down, your energy will drop, and you'll feel weaker, you'll feel everything else. So hit your numbers, be smart with what you're aiming to lift. You're not going to deadlift what you used to deadlift when you were a bigger boy. Accept it and just get through your sessions. Work hard, but work smart. It's you can't be killing yourself, because you need to recover and you need to go for the next session and the next session.
And that's extremely important in the sense that our objective when we're dieting for the stage is not to hit PBs. It's to maintain volume in the gym, which will obviously have the greatest impact in terms of retaining lean muscle mass as we get leaner and leaner. So trying to hit PBs in the gym is not advisable during a contest prep. That's another fantastic point. What's your 4th point, Chich? What do you got for us?
Follow the process and don't panic. So have a plan in place. 14 weeks, you've got the plan. Listen to your coach. If you're coaching yourself, just trust your process. Be as accurate as possible with your calories and your training. When you do plateau, you can make small amendments and you'll keep progressing. You'll break through those plateaus. Time is of the essence, so you can't be guessing and mucking around, because if you waste 2-3 weeks trying to work out where you need to go, you've wasted 3 weeks in a 4-week prep. That's 25% of your prep. So be as accurate, follow everything by the book. And as soon as you plateau, you make one small movement, bang, you keep going, you keep progressing.
And I think that's extremely important again, because trusting the process ensures that you don't make irrational decisions and make the wrong call at the wrong time. So poise and being calm and level-headed during your contest prep plays massive dividends in terms of decision making. So whether you have a coach or not, make sure that you don't jump the gun and just cut calories because you didn't see a drop in weight on the scale for 1 week. You need to be sensible about making decisions.
I plateaued twice in 14 weeks. We either added we made Wayne move. We had a bit of cardio, or we dropped 100 calories. That's it. And then we tested it for a week, and bang, I'll drop more weight or whatever. And that's probably why I've lost so much weight so quickly, I guess.
Awesome point. And your final tip, Frank?
Overall, enjoy the process and learn from the experience. First-time competitor, so you have no idea what you're getting into. You just trust the process, enjoy it. Don't expect it's going to be the best you're ever going to look in your life. You're always going to have doubts on stage. You think you should be leaner, you should this and that. Look your best, get up there, learn from your posing, learn from all that. If you're going to continue to do comps, then this is a great stepping stone. You can look back and see where you're at, see what you need to work on, and build from there. You can't put too much pressure on comp day. Just do your best through the prep, and that's all you can do. If you hit all your targets and stuff like that, what else can you ask for? So enjoy it. That's
a brilliant way to wrap up the 5 tips for first-time competitors. So guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, learned something. Thank you, Frank. Good luck on the weekend, and we'll speak to you guys next time.